I want to make a short video to help clarify some things going on in regards to Amendment 7 in Louisiana. There's a lot of people out there who are telling you to vote no because Edmund Jordan, the sponsor of the bill, told people that he's not going to support it and suggested that they vote no because, in his own words, it would cause some confusion and it might lead to even worse things. There's two things I want to say. First of all, you're already in a slave state. Louisiana is a slave state. You, according to your constitution, everyone there convicted of a crime is sentenced to slavery and involuntary servitude. And furthermore, I was a co-author of that bill, representing the Abolish Slavery National Network. The other co-author is Decarcerate Louisiana. Representative Jordan sponsored the bill on our behalf. In 2022, it failed because 9 white Republicans all voted no. They preferred to keep things as is. In 2022, it passed, but only under the condition that it mimicked the change we made in Utah's constitution. Jordan accepted those conditions as Utah has neither imploded nor sentenced people to slavery, and it hasn't gotten worse. Not to mention the sponsor of Utah's abolition bill, Representative Sandra Hollins, was a personal friend of his who recommended us to Jordan. A couple of weeks after successfully passing committee and going on the ballot, Representative Jordan did something I have never seen done, and from what I understand, it's something that is very rare in politics. He decided to vote against his own bill. We and the attorneys that we consulted feel that what the amendment actually says, not what's written on the ballot description, does exactly what we wanted to do. It says slavery and involuntary servitude are prohibited, period. Unlike the ballot question, there is no exception in the amendment. In a subsection, it says something along the lines of, does not prevent the otherwise lawful administration of the criminal justice system. That means that guards are going to guard, prosecutors are going to prosecute, police will continue to police, judges will keep judging. But slavery and involuntary servitude won't be in that list because it is now prohibited, period, without exception. You know what they're worried about? I'm going to tell you what I think they're worried about. They're worried about losing the ability to sentence people to hard labor. They've been doing that for generations, and it makes millions and millions of dollars for the state. We have testimony from these representatives saying exactly that that's what they were concerned about, whether or not they could continue sentencing people to hard labor. And there's only 2 states that I know that does that. It may be more, but to the best of my knowledge, it's only Louisiana and Arkansas who actually sentences people to hard labor. And they're very much worried about whether they can continue to do that. That is why Representative Seaball called that bill the most dangerous bill they had seen that session. Hopefully, this clears it up. I think that Amendment 7 is just fine. It's doing what we wanted to do. And I would suggest that you vote yes. Peace.
Thank you, Representative Marino.
Thank you. I've actually would really like to hear from the Department of Corrections on what they think the impact of that would be, because I had not even thought about that. What that means about whether or not that means you can sentence people to hard labor if we remove it. I mean, I would really like to hear what their reaction to that is, or what their opinion of that is.
I would too.
Right. Because I'm not, I mean, I don't think I have to say that, I'm interested in prison reform and jail, and, because I think it's necessary. But that's a point that I wish I'd heard or had the opportunity to call or speak to him before right now.
The problem that I have when I actually read this is I think this might be one of the most dangerous bills we've seen this session, simply because felony convictions are the difference between a misdemeanor and a felony is a misdemeanor is without hard labor. A felony conviction is with or without hard labor. I'm afraid this might open the door to a legal challenge of every felony conviction in the state of Louisiana. And that's just not a can of worms that I'm wanting to open right now. Well, I've actually run this by some criminal justice people and some staff members, and they actually agree that it may not be a slam dunk argument, but it would certainly open the door to bringing challenges to literally every felony conviction in the state of Louisiana. And I get what you're trying to do, but I don't necessarily think this is a can of worms that we need to be opening right now.